Department of Justice memo pushes for broader effort to revoke naturalized U.S. citizenship. The Department of Justice has laid out new guidelines encouraging its attorneys to seek to strip U.S. citizenship from those who have naturalized if they have committed various crimes. The June 11 memo tells attorneys in the Civil Division to move to strip citizenship from immigrants if they pose a threat to national security, or gained the status through fraud by failing to acknowledge past crimes. But the memo lists a number of other qualifying crimes, adding that attorneys can prioritize denaturalization even for those who were facing pending criminal charges that have not yet secured a conviction. It recommends denaturalization for those who pose a potential danger to national security, including those with a nexus to terrorism, or who committed felonies that were not disclosed during the naturalization process or otherwise made material misrepresentations. It also notes the memo is not intended to place any limits on denaturalization efforts, saying its attorneys can also take up any other cases referred to the Civil Division that the division determines to be sufficiently important to pursue. The provision is so vague that it would permit the division to denaturalize for just about anything. It could be something prior to or following naturalization, given the other priorities discussed in the memo. It could be exercising First Amendment rights or encouraging diversity in hiring, now recast as fraud against the United States. Troublesome journalists who are naturalized citizens, students, university professors, infectious disease doctors who try to reveal the truth about epidemics, lawyers? Joyce Vance, a law professor and former U.S. attorney appointed by former President Obama, wrote on her blog, "All are now vulnerable to the vagaries of an administration that has shown a preference for deporting people without due process and dealing with questions that come up after the fact and with a dismissive tone." President Trump and other GOP figures have suggested deporting political adversaries. Trump on Tuesday said he'll take a look when asked by a reporter if he would deport Elon Musk, given his criticism of the president's big, beautiful bill. "I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is. Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible?" Trump said, referencing the Department of Government Efficiency, which Musk helped to launch. And after progressive candidate Zohan Mamdani won the Democratic primary for the New York City mayoral race, Representative Andy Ogles, R. Tennessee, called for stripping the citizenship of the Ugandan-born nominee. But the directive from the Justice Department also poses a risk to the nearly 25 million naturalized U.S. citizens, according to 2020 data. A judge has already approved one denaturalization for Elliot Duke, an Army veteran and United Kingdom dual citizen. Duke was found to have been distributing child sexual abuse material, but failed to acknowledge the matter when applying for naturalization and being asked about any past illegal activity. As legal experts and civil rights advocates raise alarms, this memo signals a stark shift in immigration enforcement policy, with the potential to affect millions of naturalized U.S. citizens. It opens the door to politically driven revocations and deepens concerns about due process and constitutional rights in the United States. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Department of Justice memo pushes for broader effort to revoke naturalized U.S. citizenship. The Department of Justice has issued new guidelines urging attorneys to pursue denaturalization of immigrants who pose national security threats. or obtain citizenship through fraud or non-disclosure of past crimes. June 11 memo expands qualifying offenses to include pending charges and vague criteria such as material misrepresentation. Critics warn the policy to target journalists, academics, and political adversaries, raising fears of First Amendment violations. President Trump has highlighted it using denaturalization politically, while GOP figures have equal similar sentiments. The video could impact nearly 25 million naturalized citizens, as seen in the case of Laitu, who lost citizenship for undisclosed criminal conduct.